What's up? What's up? Welcome to another first tease and recap. I'm your host, BigSteve. We did this last week. I think it went well. Most of my reads that I did early in the week didn't really change when I did the podcast with Pepe. So I think this is going to work, and then hopefully, get the recap out of the way as well. Haven't really slept much, to be honest. 2 a.m. wake up for Saudi. I'm still feeling it. But yeah, we'll get this out of the way. Hopefully give you guys some good options. Get myself to get the brain working as well before tape. Literally no tape has been done for this one. And yeah, go over the recap, stay accountable, see what I've done wrong, what I've done well. And yeah, hopefully we can all benefit from it, learn from it, Important to stay accountable. A lot of touts out there don't stay accountable, always make excuses. Yeah, it is what it is. Everyone can do their own thing, but you're not gonna, it's the best way to improve. Let me know if the sound is crap. Oh, Mr. Googab, thanks for listening, mate. I know you would be on. One guy in my time zone, out of not many. Let me just do my sound. I know I wasn't as loud as Pepe. All right, let's try that. PS, shout out PS. Lucky Tim, I lost max bet. All right, we got the Gugabe burner. So let's do the recap first. So, did we make money last week or today? Yes, we did. That's all that matters. It was a rough one. So start with PFL, the bane of my existence. I hit PFL with all my might. I was really happy with what I did the first week of PFL, where I just completely ignored it with the Moldavsky fight, and then I gave it 1 or 2 minutes of my time, and I felt like I didn't miss out on anything. I gave this card way too much time, and I ended up losing 1,500. One of the biggest losses this month since ACA at the start of the month. So just don't give this thing too much time. I bet $75 on Rui's decision. I thought there was a little bit of value on him, but I know Zerch is quite good. So I just poked that. It looked value till he got knocked out. Casio, didn't play Casio. I hate myself. Went up to $6 pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I still make these mistakes where I circle things and I don't play them, and then I wonder why I didn't do it. Adam Piccolotti, I live bet him after round 1. I thought that would be Dufault's best round. Piccolotti usually has a really good round 3, and he did. He rocked him a bunch of times. So I thought it's a competitive fight. Dufault's not really grappling. They're striking. He's hittable. I want to split there. It was on my limited Bet365 account. The only place I can bet is Bet365. So it's like 200 to win 450. I can win 500 max. So I'm careful not to go over 500, because then they tell me on the phone that it's reviewing. And then the live bet is gone. So I just always try to keep it under 500. So I won 450 there. So I made I was in a little tiny profit after Rui's decision. Then I live bet Espinoza $300 after round 1. That was probably the only live bet that I thought was a bad live bet. I lost that. I thought he landed some big knees in round 1. I thought he maybe stole that round against Gadzi. He stuffed all the takedowns, and I was like, Espinoza's live. I know a lot of people like to fade him because he doesn't look great, but he's got those intangibles. Very physical. He's very strong. He's got that Mexican chin, keeps coming. But he ultimately lost the competitive unanimous. I regretted that one. Sadabusi, Sanchez, I regretted not going over 2.5. But as we've seen, the guy just falls apart randomly. Could have easily fallen apart under 2.5. Primus, I kind of like Primus, but I thought it was a volatile fight, so I passed on everything. Ended up live betting Renfro end of round 1 at $4.50. Again, put a cheeky 200 on to win under 500. The whole time I just thought he was going to get caught. He won round 2, and yeah, just hands low. Winning round 3, gets caught, gets finished, whatever. Another $200 down. I'm not much down here. Just 200 there, 300 on Espinoza, which was a bad bet. But then I start to force things, so I force Antonio Carlos Jr. and Wilkinson in a parlay. Awful bet. I just put $500 on because it's a stupid bet, and I don't really feel comfortable betting favorites in PFL. And we saw why. Carlos Jr. could have easily won that fight. Bad betting by me, but I just wanted to bet everything. Yakshimuradov probably would have put that in my parlay if he wasn't so juiced. He was probably one of the safer ones. Him by decision was a good bet. Wilkinson by decision was a good bet. I know my boy Chad hit it. I ended up live betting Silveira at big numbers. Again, 200 to win 500. That loses a split as well. I thought he did quite well. Unfortunate, whenever Rob Wilkinson wanted to, he just kept pushing him up against the cage, using his physicality. Passed on Bruno Pitbull. And then Jacob Endo, one of my only bets that I had that I didn't bet during. I had Endo, or Neto, I should say, KO to win, 500, 600 and something, peanuts. I had him round one, poke. And then I live bet Neto halfway through round one because I thought Impa didn't really have anything for him. He couldn't take him down. Jacob was fighting patiently. And then he's wobbling him all around round two, all around the octagon in round two. And I'm like, this is it. I'm finally going to break even. I was $1,000 down before that. All these live bets and the stupid parlay. And then, Impa's just literally losing for 7.5 minutes, and then he knocks him out. And then I just donated another $100 on Clay Cotter, 2-3 KO. I didn't really feel confident there, but I was already, just whatever. So 1,500 down. I've literally lost every bet. I don't regret any of the live bets other than Espinoza. I thought Piccolotti was a good live bet, all plus money pretty much. Renfro plus money, was winning round 3 and up until he got knocked out. I would have live bet Polizzi, but I mean, I just thought he was so bad on the feet, and he was losing round 3 up until Carlos Jr. made a mistake. So anyway, the less we speak about this card, the better. But obviously, the valuable lessons: don't force stuff. I forced a lot of shit on this card, so paid the price. It was annoying because I didn't have many other bets. All right, Bellator. A lot of people said they like PFL better, but I like Bellator better. I swear the Nate Kelly Paul Nolan amateur fight was on the card on Bet Online, and then they removed it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I taped it because I thought I saw a juiced under 2.5, and I'm like, yeah, this is a play. I remember Dogfather saying he's not interested, and then I taped it. I'm like, I'll play it, and then it wasn't there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they never had the odds, but anyway. Michelle Montague, regret passing on the sub and the under. I circled them both, and another one of those things. Obviously, I could only put $100 on the sub, but the under 2.5 was decent plus money. Shinobi Ota, my biggest bet of the weekend. The only bet that I taped on the regional said this is it. I bet he's under 1.5, better than minus 200, then added more at minus 200. Had 3,000 on it to win 1,500 and something. I was talking to friends. I'm like, do we go more? Roger Blank has been submitted by a bunch of bums on the regionals. He's 5 and 6 now. They brought him in short notice, upper weight. He weighed underweight, under the bantamweight limit. It was a smash spot. 3,000, more than a unit on under 1.5. It's been a while since I've done that, especially with only one finishing upside, only an Ota. But yeah, Ota basically took him down, and Norsas choked him in under half a round. So that was good. That one bet got my PFL profits back. I liked Alves in the under. I passed. Thankfully, saved some money there. Pass. I liked the Nathan Kelly under. That was a regret. I literally thought Jose Sanchez was going to walk into a guillotine like his other submission loss. Shit happens. Like Martel's pass, saved some money there. Didn't take that one. Norbert was my other money line. I went head-to-head with a bunch of Twitter people. I usually lose those. Last time I did that was Jolton versus Blades. I felt like I was right that time. Jolton took him down 9 times. A lot of people were saying he wouldn't be able to do it. I feel like I was right here as well. Norbert had all the finishing upside. He got wrestled round 1 and kept jumping on submissions. Then stuffed most of the takedowns round 2. I got held up against the cage a bit and ate one shot, which I think gave Dalton the round. And then round 3 beat the piss out of Dalton. Multiple knockdowns. That was a clear 10-8. Only one judge gave it to him. It's unfortunate because it's clear damage versus control. I mean, Norbert feel like he wins that more often than not, but whatever. Happy to lose. When I bet these pick'em fights, my record's pretty bad, and that's why I stay away from it. That's why I'm, Pussy Steve as they call me. I like to get a good edge, and I don't think I got an edge there unless he got a finish or unless he did something more in round 2. And the rest were just passes. I really like Ramazan. I should have bet him. This is why I played the Steam on Amasov, and then Amasov came in compromised. Ramazan avenged me. The biggest regrets there. Maybe I should have paid another 1,000 on Otak. Should have been 2,000, 4,000, 2 units. Michelle Montague under, Dan Kelly under, and Ramazan. Alrighty. And the UFC, this only just happened, right? Had barely any bets. Lee, Zoe, I said I had seen no edge there. I think I was right. Split decision. Branson Ribeiro, I like the over or dog or pass. I passed on the over. Tons of value. That's unfortunate. But I ended up donating to Ribeiro when he hurt his calf. $500 at a decent dog money. And yeah, it looked good. It looked like he was about to get that guillotine, but as soon as he went for it, I knew I lost my bet because this guy's guillotine sucks. So yeah, donated $500 there. Nothing on the Guffaro fight. A really volatile fight to live bet as well. Nothing on the Dalby Renat. I ended up putting 750 on Felipe Lima. The size was putting me off, but I just thought this guy is quite better. I don't want to miss out. As I mentioned, I bet Lima has a big dog on Octagon. I had to ride with him here. And yeah, the kid was good. He showed me some flaws. You know, he was kind of giving up on himself in round 2, and then the coach came out there and screamed at him and got him to win. And a lot of, literally everyone in the Discord cashed the round 2, round 3 subs. You know, and shout out Gugab. He was on a 2. Again, I miss out on the community, massive cash. I just didn't see it, you know, not many subs. Yeah, he gets the back and he gets the. I just noticed that that he's really good with his mount and ground and pound, which is why I bet him here. But yeah, good on everyone hitting that. I'd live bet him another $200 halfway through round 1, so I could make it a half unit. I was like, why did I not bet at least half a unit? That's 750 stakes, really random. Nazrat, I live bet Gordon after halfway through round 2. He was paying $6 to win 1,000, and then he wins round 2 clear, and he's winning most of round 3, and he just gives it up to lose a split. So another one of those live bets. At this point, I'm feeling like every single plus EV live bet I put on PFL and UFC is just burning me. But yeah, that's fine. Had no issues. I've been through this exact same thing last year, except I lost a lot more money. So I didn't mind. You know, again, $200 only. Volkan, I bet Volkan round 1 KO at $5. Won $500 there. Should have gone bigger. I retaped this one. This is the only one that I regret not playing Volkan moneyline, because after retape for the under 1.5, I decided that I don't really like Volkan's under equity. And so then I just saw how aggressive Volkan was in round 1. I saw how he was beating the crap out of Krylov in round 1. I thought, yeah, Walker won't be able to take that. So, yeah, good way to narrow the odds from $2.20 to $5. Switch on went bigger. And maybe you should have added a little bit of money line. Had $100 on Tricoli round 1 sub, and then I donated $450 to the live bet. That was a bit of a tilt bet, so I lost another 450 live betting. Then I was about to live bet Calvin Gastelum in round 3 at minus 200. I was about to put $2,000 on him against D-Rod. I thought he was winning clearly, but I wasn't paying attention, and I went into the Discord and people saying it could be a split, so I hung up the phone. Luckily, I was on point for Volkov. I live bet Volkov. I put $500 on him at $3 halfway through round 1. As soon as I saw that Sergey was going to fight like in his M1 global fights, like he's in a 5-rounder, I thought this is Volkov's fight to lose. It's going over, and it's going to be Volkov's fight to lose. It works for him. He's going to jab and kick. So I bet 500 to win 1,000, and then I just said, let's get more aggressive after round 1. I bet on another bookie where I'm not limited in between rounds at $2.50. I put another 600 or whatever to win 800 and something. So I won 1,850 on that fight. So that got me up to 2,000. I was break even after Tricoli donation, and I was quite annoyed about Gastelum passing on that live bet, because I've been paying attention to live bets all day, all morning since 2 a.m. and they've all been losing. And then the one good live bet on Kevin Gastelum I missed, but then I got it all back with Volkov. And then, as you know, I told everyone I had Ikram 1,500 to win like 2,000 and something, but that was a Monday, pre-tape bet. NTT gave it to me. I said, all right, I'll lock it in. Even though I said I'm never going to lock these bets in, they always lose. You know, Hill, Gaziev. Whenever I get CLV on Monday without tape, without conviction, they lose. But luckily, he went up to pick him, and I just I bought out. So I only left $500 on Ikram, because I still couldn't have a good read on the fight. I didn't know what was going to happen. You know, there was still a chance that Ikram wins, but I wasn't confident. So I left 500 to win 1,000. You know, if I won, I would have won 3,000. Would have been a great day. And I was hoping to live bet out. You know, if it was competitive. But yeah, ultimately, Ikram ends up being a bit like a boost, and Whitaker just runs through him. So I ended up winning 1,500 there. 1,500. Only 500 on Bellator, unfortunately, thanks to a minus EV Norbit, and lost 1,500 on PFL. And then last minute, I bet some LFA. I bet an under on the first fight. A guy that always gets submitted versus a guy that submits everyone in round 1 and round 2. I think I was extremely lucky. I caught that line. It was a prelim fight, and they put it on main card last minute. And when I taped it, I could not believe it. Was paying $2.50 for the under, and I was like, "This is a steal." I could only put $500, unfortunately, to win 800 and something. Obviously, in Australian, that was 1,000 something for me. So I ended up finishing 1,500 for the month, even though I went down quite big on PFL. So happy with that. On $4,000 for the month, it feels like I've been break even all month, and it's been frustrating. But yeah, 2 units up. I'll take it. 1 more week. Hopefully, I have a big week finally, because I've been waiting all month for it. But even if I don't, I'll take 1,000. I'll take 2,000. And yeah, 3 units for this grinder of a month. I'll take that. And let's get into this card, shall we? There's a lot of room to improve. Like I mentioned last week, I'm in that FOMO stage. I'm playing way too many bets. I'm not really hesitating with live bets. I'm just locking them in. There's 2 types of live bets. There's a live bet where you wait and you get a better position, you get better odds. You think there's a good spot. Like for example, Ribeiro. I thought because he compromised his calf, this was going to be a good bet. But if I waited, I would have realized that he can't stuff a takedown. And then there's bets like Volkov, that you have to lock in right then and there. And Tyra, $1.70 at the end of round 1. That was the best line, and he finished soon after. So I'm just kind of locking them all in ASAP. I'm not waiting. I'm not being patient. So obviously I'm a little bit burnt out waking up late at night for these regionals and stuff. So I'll try to take a step back, be patient, not rush anything for the last week of the card. I've got a competition as well. I'm competing. Shout out Gugabe. I don't know if you're still in the chat. Let me know if you're going to be at Savage Gugabe. Probably not on Sunday. But yeah, I'm going to try to get my tape out of the way, get my other business work out of the way, some wedding stuff out of the way, so I'm not stressed and I can make some good decisions. Jack, damn. Riding high. Bet365 hasn't paid me for my clean sweep on LFA. They'll get there, mate. I don't bet LFA on Bet365. It's just a good way to get limited. Parky, BigSteve, Can, and I. Should not be awake, but here we are. Let's go, Parky. Looking for some locks from you, my friend. Parky did quite well. Full disclosure, I asked Parky to be on the Big Brain MMA podcast next week, but that's not his thing. He's one of the sharps that I wanted to showcase to the world. Something different, something other than a YouTube celebrity. Someone sharper than a YouTube celebrity. But yeah, I'm getting someone else. 2 other people, hopefully. So something to look forward to you guys next week. All right. Let's see. What do we have this card? So Ricky Simone, Vincius Oliveira. So the first thing that I'm thinking of is this is a clear dog or pass. Simone is chinny. I kind of started to look into it because the line's already moved. But yeah, straight away I look into it. I'm like, yeah, I realize, why Simone is the favorite. This could be a bit of a levels fight. Oliveira has his own issues, defense and chinny and quite hittable and can be taken down. I mean, he was down to Sopage in his UFC debut. Sopage was wrestling the crap out of him, and I think Sopage was on really extremely short notice there, and Oliveira was the one that had a fight with Yanis. But yeah, he's got that Brazilian IQ. His hands low, he's wild, he's aggressive. He can definitely crack Simone, but yeah, he can be cracked himself. He can be taken down. He can lose minutes. That's baked into the line. It's kind of a step down for Simone, but at the same time, it's a dangerous fight for him. So it's a clear dog or pass. I think I'm not as confident as I thought I would be just because of the extreme volatility of this fight. But yeah, man, I'll potentially look at some unders as well. Oliveira KO. Fight ends in KO. Can Ricky Simone KO him? I mean, he dropped Jack Shaw. He knocked out Rafael Sansao. He's got some hidden power himself. So has Vincius ever been submitted? No, he hasn't. No, he gets knocked out. Yeah. It's a dog or pass, but I have to go through the volatility and see exactly how much value there's there. All right, Carlos Hernandez, Ray Saruya. I mean, this is an awful matchup for Carlos. He's going from Tyra, a potential title challenger, and now they're giving him Ray Saruya with a ton of hype, who just showed to be an absolute beast when it comes to smothering wrestling and grappling. And Carlos Hernandez is good, but his issue has always been, his physicality and being able to be taken down and held down. So that's a rough matchup. What to do with that one? Maybe look at some unders. I really didn't expect Taro to knock Carlos Hernandez out, but maybe some unders. Maybe Ray can submit him. He literally got ran through by Alan Nascimento. The Dennis Bonda fight means nothing. That guy's not good. Yeah, this is a rough matchup. I mean, I guess it's a parlay piece if that's what floats your boat. Nick Rodriguez, thanks for listening, my friend. I know you're an OG Shirdo guy. Oliveira is being really thought as the next big thing here in Brazil. Yeah, I mean, he's just a typical Brazilian archetype to me personally, my friend. He's, all power, not much defense. There's Brito from Octagon. There's a bunch of these guys out there. I bet I just got a text message. Thought it might be important. It's not. Alrighty, Andrei Arlovsky, Martin Budai. What a shit show. I already see Mr. Gugab in here advocating for Arlovsky max bet and Lucky Tim. I get it. I mean, if you got bad footwork and you're going to chase Arlovsky around the octagon, he's going to try and dance around you and look value, right? Waldo Acosta was a lot more competitive than he should have been. Martin Budai is that guy. He's extremely flat-footed, and he almost lost the decision to Lucas Bresky because Bresky was just too nimble on the feet, and he was sticking and moving. So yeah, there's definitely that path. I bet old mate Shamil against him is a big dog. Budai is quite underrated, always overrated on the line constantly. So is he overrated here? I'm not sure. He's got that chance to just kind of swarm Arlovsky and knock him out. Arlovsky has that issue. Budai is a mammoth, 6'5", 6'4", proper pushing the limit of heavyweight. So he would need to push and try and knock him out. But he could knock out Bresky, who I think is chinny. He finished Parisian. Actually, if he wrestles here, Arlovsky has extremely negative ground game. He literally gives up the neck. He gives up all submissions. Takedown defense is kind of alright, but once you get him there, it's fish out of water. So yeah, this one's tough. I know a lot of people are going to be passionate about this one. These are one of those fights that I'm just have no interest. If anything, Arlovsky split might take $50 from me, even though I said I wouldn't be donating, to these bets. A live bet if it's competitive, or live bet actually if it's 1-1 and Budai always comes on strong and Arlovsky always gives up round 3. Maybe that's when he gets knocked out. There's a few options here, but yeah, Arlovsky decision, split decision, maybe Budai sub. We shall see. Waterson, Jillian. I mean, minus 200 for Robertson. I don't know about that. She's good play those lines when she's playing someone, fighting someone that she can run through on the ground. So, Poliana Viana with no get-ups, Maria Agapova. But even then, Agapova would put her through the ringer in round 1. She beat the crap out of her. I don't think Michelle Waterson is that girl. She's got decent takedown defense. She's got good jiu-jitsu game. She's got get-ups. She went to split with Pereira. She took down Amanda Lemos a few times. She won against Angela Hill. Yeah, this is I don't think this is a cakewalk. And if it's not a cakewalk for Robertson, she ends up looking horrible on the feet. Examples: JJ Aldridge, Tabitha Ricci. Losing a fight on the feet, Tabitha Ricci. Extremely bearish. So yeah, no strong commissions on anything at minus 200 for now. But we'll see. Maybe live bet. Peyton Talbot, Yanis. I mean, this is such a squash match. Maybe look at the unders. But I have a feeling the unders are now going to be completely ruined because Peyton Talbot came out there looking like a killer, destroying a really durable guy, and now we're not going to get good unders on him anymore. But it's probably going to have zero value because Yanis seems durable enough. Charles Johnson versus Charles Jourdain, versus Gene Silva. I have some early Gene Silva. No tape, no nothing. I just My friend just said lock it in. It's going to move. I locked it in on Bet365. Peanuts again. My limited account. I can only win 500 on UFC, so I put like 3 something to win 500, and then 350 at $2.40 to win another 500. So I can win the half unit stake. Obviously, I'm not going to cash that out. It's closed in completely now. Yeah, Charles Johnson is an awful favorite. I mean, we saw that against Woodson. He's just awful. He doesn't have process. He swings real hard. He loads up. He loves to spam kicks, and he's durable. He'll come on late, and that's about it. He can be taken down. Doesn't have the best IQ, so yeah, always a bad favorite. So Gene Silva, maybe Gene Silva still has some value at plus 110, $2.10. We'll see. He showed he can win a decision against extremely durable Kevin Vallejos, and he picks his shots, which is a change from his regional tape. But this could be a low output staring match. Kind of like that Vallejos fight, and yeah, so I don't know. I think where the line is kind of settled. Not rushing to tape. Cub Swanson, Andre Fili. So I know a bunch of sharp dudes that are already on Andre Fili at chalk, and I don't know. I don't see it, man. I mean, both these guys are washed, middle of the road guys. I get it. Swanson's a little bit more washed, no doubt. I mean, he's 40 years of age. I don't think he's as chinny as Fili. But yeah, he's got issues with his body durability. He's got issues with his leg durability. He's had surgeries on his knees multiple times. He was dropped by jabs against Moicano. He gets submitted a lot. Yeah. Fili is just completely hittable and just no defense whatsoever. I mean, the guy gets dropped in every fight. He looked great against Lucas Almeida, but I mean, if he didn't knock out Lucas Almeida in round one, I just think he for sure would have got dropped. He got dropped multiple times against Nathaniel Wood. I played him there against Wood. I think I had a great bet. If someone told me that Andre Fili would drop Nathaniel Wood in round one and round three and still lose a unanimous decision, I would have said, don't believe you. But yeah, it is what it is. That's the kind of fighter that he is. He can get knockdowns and get knocked down himself. So no way I can lay the juice at this volatility. Cub Swanson, apparently he got a robbery over Hakeem Dawodu, but yeah, he's still competitive. He throws good overhand rights. And Fili literally just deaded this year, 4 months ago, deaded cold by Dan Ige. I don't know. I get it. But if anything, it kind of seems accurate. How is Fili going to cover this? We expect a finish. I do think he should be favorite. I think he's more physical, more athletic. He's got the wrestling upside. But yeah, I don't know. This line on just two middle of the road washed guys can't do it. I bet him at Pick'em versus Biagio, and I thought he won a 29-28 clear, but he's still still competitive. That's just the way of guy, the type of fighter he is. Let's see if we've got any comments. Nick Rodriguez, why is Arlovsky still fighting? But he could theoretically defeat Budai. Of course. Budai is one of the worst to do it. Actually, he's not that bad. He will run through the worst guys to do it. Like Barnett and Bresky, etc. But yeah, he's a bit like, what's that other lumbering oaf? Jared Vanderer. And Jared Vanderer went to a split with Arlovsky. Yeah, but Arlovsky is just so slim margins. It's the worst. Parky, will be funny when Jourdain memes. Yes, it would be. Couldn't meme when I bet him as a minus, whatever horrible favorite in Canada. But yeah, he's probably going to do some meme crap here. I have to assess Gene Silva's chin. Joe Pfeiffer, Marc-Andre Barriol. I mean, we all cashed fading Pfeiffer last time. Decent live bet. I regret not going money line because I had that gut feeling from tape where I was like, "Ooh, this is a good bet." The only time I had it this week was the Ota under in Bellator, which I just mentioned. So I should have put a little bit money line and then added more live, but it is what it is. Yeah, and he just showed me some issues there. Just weird reactions to punches, weird reactions to leg kicks. I think he might be a bit of a bad nail. And I saw that in his Razak fight. Really didn't like the leg kicks. Luckily, he could just get takedowns whenever he wanted. But yeah, we saw more of that against Jack Hermansson. Marc-Andre Barriol. Marc-Andre is going to push him. He's going to push that pace, and he's going to bring out the nail out of him again, providing he doesn't get killed and knocked out. But yeah, I mean, this is a dog or pass. Do I really want to parlay Pfeiffer? Not really. He was minus 200. I think it's even more steam now. So yeah, dog or pass. And I'm not a fan of Barrio. Barrio's never gonna get my money pre. So I'm gonna live bet this guy. This guy was getting wobbled by Julian Marquez in round 1. Got dropped by Eric Anders. Yeah. Got knocked out in 16 seconds by Chitty. He's meant to be durable. No, thank you. Pfeiffer could kill this guy. He does hit like a truck. So yeah, live bet this one. Do we have some over-unders? Surely. What do we got? We've got 14 props. Okay, no, not really. No, it's Caesars. Caesars is like the only bookie, but it doesn't have anything. No, I'll look at the under. Maybe the under is plus money because of Marc-Andre Barrier durability. That could be a sneaky look. Maybe Pi for 1-2. All right, Ian Machado, Gary Michael Page. A little bit scared about discussing this one because I had a bet that I wanted to play. Maybe I changed my mind after tape, but yeah, I think Michael Page is the side. I've been trying to fade Ian Gary for a bit. Call me wrong. I'm not one of those guys that just keeps going back to fading the guy because I hate someone, but it's just what I see on tape. I thought Jeff Neal was going to be the one. I thought that was the perfect. I thought he had the power, the speed. He was going to throw down. He wasn't going to stay on the outside and just stare at Gary. Unfortunately, he did, and he still almost won a split decision. Every time he threw the left hand, Gary was reacting awful to it. Right. Now we've got Michael Venom Page. That's hard to hit. He's going to be in and out. He's longer. He's faster. I would say he's got more power than Jeff Neal. He almost knocked out Holland multiple times. He's got that big size and speed for Gary to deal with. Right. Gary's extremely hittable. Right. He's been rocked multiple times and dropped. How does Venom not have finishing upside here? Right. Obviously, a lot of people are going back to this Gary grappling upside. I mean, I keep hearing about this every single week, for weeks and weeks and weeks. But if Michael Rampage becomes even more of a dog, I'm going to be extremely, extremely interested in the bet. Obviously, this is pre-tape, but 9 out of 10 times when I'm like looking to this fight. Last time it was Volkan when he was plus money, but I just left it too late. Obviously, there's still a ton of value at Pick'em. When I feel like this without tape, usually I'm right. So let's see where this line goes. But tell me this is not Gary's toughest matchup to date. Maybe Parky can add to it. Parky, you still on? Let me know, mate. Let me know. A lot of people love Machado Gary. I get it, he's good, but I see so many holes in his game, right? And whatever, I'll just keep fading, I guess. Not because I'm stubborn, but just because I feel like his time's coming. Mauro Bueno Silva, Macy Chason. I'm actually interested in this fight, mainly because Mauro Bueno is a favorite, right? Last time I really wanted to fade her as a favorite was against Raquel Pennington. Yeah, she's not trustworthy favorite. She's a favorite here. It's one of the only lines that really sticks out and interests me on Macy Chason. Macy Chason cashed the beautiful $3 doesn't go, plus 200 doesn't go in her last fight. Nice and easy in round 1. She's also a bit of an idiot, but she's an underdog here, so dog or pass for sure. And yeah, I'm excited about this fight. Look into it. Maybe the unders will be good here. But Mauro Benasil quite durable actually. So yeah, I'm excited about this fight. It's going to be a volatile women's banger. But yeah, dog or pass, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm looking into it. Anthony Smith, Roman Dolidze. Wow, what does it say about this fight? This is a meme fest. I was talking in the Discord, and I didn't think the bookies would make Roman Dolidze a favorite after that performance against Imavov. Getting rocked in round 1 and just looking awful, and back-to-back losses, losing to Marvin Vettori, who I don't think Vettori is the best guy. That's proven in the middleweight division. It's kind of washed. But yeah, you opened up minus 200, and honestly, as much as I hate Anthony Smith, I'd rather just play Anthony Smith. I think Dolidze has cardio issues. He has hitability issues. Anthony Smith is that guy that can throw 1-2 down the pipe and crack him. We haven't seen Dolidze cracked since Giles dropped him with a jab, up until finally Imavov did it. So that's always been there. Sometimes it's important to go really far back in tape and to see these things that haven't happened in 5-6 fights, and then you get some good recency line. odds. But yeah, I mean, it's Anthony Smith or pass, but that's the guy. I hate betting on Anthony Smith, and I hate him as well. I think that that last guillotine win, which was his first guillotine win in his whole entire career over Vito Petrino, who's shown to be extremely hard to sub. He's power bombing light heavyweights out of triangles and stuff and powering out of rear naked chokes. And then he gets a guillotine, which didn't even look in. It looked like half his head was popped out. A little bit sus. Look into that one. I think that was a massive fluke. Massive fluke. The guy, can't beat Johnny Walker. He's barely beating Ryan Spann via split. Yeah. It's a tough one. I understand why Roman is the favorite, but he's moving up in weight class here, short notice. This is such a meme fight. Don't even have any opinions on the over-under either. Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez, great fight. Great fight. Lopez, slight favorite. I'll be honest, I'm not as passionate as I was on him as a slight favorite versus Yusuf. Obviously, I'm a big Yusuf hater. We saw how that panned out. Finished him in under a minute. Pat Sabatini, another guy that I hate, finished him in under a minute. How can I not like Diego Lopez? But, at this odds, I don't think Brian Ortega is that chinny. Obviously, his jiu-jitsu is quite good. I have to look into this one. He's getting hurt by Yair Rodriguez, but I think Yair Rodriguez might hit harder than Lopez. Lopez is up there. I think his striking has improved a ton since regionals. You can see that. It's quite obvious. Only the people that still hate on Lopez can't see that. But yeah, it's an interesting fight. My initial lean is it feels like it's accurate. Lopez slight favorite. Due to trajectory, age, and Ortega not being able to get any submissions on him. But Ortega proactively wrestled against Yair both times, and that's what won the fight. That was a beautiful live bet against Yair. Couldn't believe he was an underdog after winning round one still. So yeah, he proactively wrestled, and we've seen Diego Lopez, get wrestled before, and just try play guard too much. But he submitted another black belt in Gavin Tucker before, so who knows? Maybe Lopez is a levels fight on the ground for Ortega. Interesting fight. But not sure. But I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the tape. Parky needs to tape but lean Gary, but could end up close striking fight with slim margins. If you like him MVP, I think better to wait. Yeah, that's the same I'm thinking. So that's what I mean. Parky's a sharp man, and he also favors Ian Gary. I'm not sure. Me and Pepe both faded him against Jeff Neal, and did we have a bad bet there? A +3 something split decision. Yeah, but yeah. People really love Ian Gary, even at chalk. Got to give him MVP finishing upset, of course, man. That guy almost knocked out. If you're almost knocking out Kevin Holland with punches, you hit like a truck. Alex Pereira, Jiri Prochazka. What am I going to say about this one? Initially I played the under 2.5 in the first fight. I thought it was a very generous line, better than -200. I taped it extensively because I had a full $2,000 on it, and I was sweating because my reads on unders. I don't really like unders in two striking fights. It's because you kind of need moments, and a lot of time there's knockdowns, and then the finish doesn't materialize, and the bell saves the fighter, and then also comes down to the judge and the ground and pound. So that quite tilts me. But I went deep into that fight, and I came away thinking, you have to play Alex Pereira unders. He's got bad chin, and he's got a death shot. And then on the other side, same with Prochazka. Bad defense, death shot. They're lined up. You have to play it. So I played it. I gritted my teeth and locked it in. But I left thinking after deep tape that fight doesn't start round 3. Actually, had good value because most of these guys knock out people in round 2. Pereira after a slow start, and same as Jiri. He even knocked out Rakic in the last fight. He was eating shit and then came back and knocked him out. And Rakic is extremely durable. He just broke him. So yeah, if anything, I played the under again, but I'm no doubt in my mind that it's going to be extremely juiced now because of the recency bias of their first match. I will say that Alex was handling the unorthodox punches of Jiri really well. He was blocking him. His hands are usually really far away from his face, and that's not good. He gets tagged a lot. But because Jiri's punches were looping, coming from the sides and uppercuts, it worked. Pereira's defense looked good. So I don't know, volatile binary fight, striking, light heavyweight. Not interested. No, thank you. Fight ends in KO. Just parlay it. Do some rubbish. Yeah. All right. What do we got for regionals? Big regionals. I'll just touch up on it. I don't want to do these podcasts for too long every week. It's just the first look. We got PFL again, which this time I'm not waste my time on PFL. I'll play it and I'll lose money like usual, but I'm not gonna tape it in depth. I'm gonna focus on the pay-per-view because I'm gonna be at the comp. I'll be at the competition. I won't be able to live bet, so I'm gonna make sure I have some good pre-bets. Come on. And we have ACA. Good old brutal ACA. I said last time I was going to focus on ACA. My first time taping the whole card didn't work out well. That was start of the year. I got reverse swept, but I thought I made some good reads. I feel like ACA will be my new Octagon and KSW. So I'm going to try to tape the whole ACA card again. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 19 unknown Russian fights. It's going to be brutal, but I'm going to attempt that. And yeah, I'm not going to talk much about it because I'm guaranteed 90% of these guys are going to be unknown to me without tape. Obviously, I know Ali Bagov, the Hulk, is a beast. Artem Frolov, good striker, beast. Reznikov, just a man mountain wrestler. So some of these well-known names I'll look into first, and there's some low-level guys at bottom. That's what the best value is on unknown regional guys coming into ACA for the first time. So we'll look into that. Invicta, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen Invicta in so long. I'm pretty sure they have bet online odds. I think that when I just first got bet online, I bet Ryan Amanda as an underdog in her title fight. With no tape, I just trusted someone. I think I trusted Pierce. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I wouldn't usually care about women fights, but hey, why not? Let's make some money, right? Talita Bernardo, I know her well. Olga Rubin, know her well. Kay Hansen, know her well inside and outside of the cage, if you know what I mean. Taylor Guardado, know her well. She was on PFL. Yeah, I'll look into that. I won't put too much energy into it because I know Invicta can drain you from experience. So that and PFL is going to go at the back of my to-do list. I see Gugabe is saying in the Discord, Gon's only thing that jumps off the page next week. He's talking about PFL against Brandon Longrain. Let's see. Do we have odds for that? I think we do. Okay, let's go. Gonzalez, massive underdog. Look, it makes sense. I just remember that he got sparked by Braga. That was a bit weird. We got Bubba Jenkins versus Braga. Braga $1.80. I'm not sure if this is right. $1.80 favorite. Almost pick him. That can't be right. I expected him to be a much bigger favorite coming off a KO over Gonzalez, but I'll check after. Malato War, do we know how that fight ends? Staropoli, Logan Storley, a massive favorite. I don't know about that. Staropoli's got some value. A lot of people were playing Staropoli against that Ramazanov animal. And yeah, Ramazanov is just a whole nother level above Storley, in my opinion. So if you're going to play him against Ramazanov, I think Staropoli has value against Logan Storley here, who's a lot more of a blanket, and he just got knocked out brutally. Speaking of knocking out, Musayev, the guy that knocked him out, is Pick'em against Ramazayev. Good fight this one. Pick'em, no strong leans, but at very high level. Kizria versus Barzola. Barzola, decent size underdog. Potential there. Koreshkov, this slight underdog to go to Yamauchi. This one's interesting. Dog or pass, probably. Kai Kamaka, massive favorite against Pedro Carvalho. I'm going to be donating to the Kai Kamaka KO, and he's going to let me down. Don Marge, massive favorite to Neiman Gracie. Can't disagree there. Adam Boric, slight favorite to Brett Johns. Interesting. Luca Poklit, massive favorite to Jusola pass. I think Hoket fight is off. I think something else is off. Let me just check in the cancellations in the Discord. Hoket is out. Some guy named Juan Guandarin. Oh, Borix is out as well. So Johns is fighting Tyler Diamond. That's a good competitive grapple fight. I don't know what the odds would be. Probably, I assume, close. The PFL, Invicta, not going to get much of my attention, but I'll definitely look into it. I'm going to focus on ACA, like a good Russian, and the UFC, and that's it. Plenty of regionals, plenty of, hopefully some spots on the UFC. Yeah, I'm personally, I'm aiming for, I always say 2-3 units, so I'm aiming for $6,000 this week. The way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to pick my spots and not force anything. Hopefully make 1 unit on UFC or 2, 1 unit on the regionals, and just go from there. Look for another lock like in the Bellator under 1.5. And yeah, hopefully not lose my other bets like I did on Norbit, and maybe stay away from the pick'em ones where I'm trying to be right in a community pick'em Twitter war. Ego always gets the best of us. But I honestly thought Norbit was had the lot bigger upside. So yeah, that's it. Leave a comment. Leave some of your bets, some of your early leans in the comments. Good for the algorithm, and I want to discuss. Let's get some benefit out of it. And yeah, other than that, good luck. Good luck on your tape journey, and I'll see you on Twitter and the Discord.